moments last. Stream the past and all around. Feats so grand and gameplay sound. Every episode so prime. Catch it live, we're killing time.
Hello everybody! How are you all doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful time. Little Bigly! And it's so early. I'm actually very glad that you chose to come here because you have so many places you choose to be. Who's here? Aha. And hello Phyllis. Same goes to you. But I believe different time zone. Actually, I don't know what time zone you're on. But different time zones. Now you could be asleep. Honestly, I, over the last 24 hours, have had the worst sleep. After last night's stream, I got about 4 hours sleep, woken up twice by kids screaming, went out shopping, tried to have a lie down during the day. I got about 30 minutes lie down. Before stream, I'm like, you know what? I got 2 hours. It was about 5 p.m. or 5:30. I'm like, I'm gonna lie down, get some sleep. Half an hour later, I woke up in a panic. All because in my dream, I don't know, I dreamt I was streaming and someone did the "Hi, I'm new here" redeem. And I tried my best to welcome someone with that much enthusiasm, and I couldn't get the enthusiasm right. And I woke up in a panic when I got it right. I couldn't get back to sleep. The only reason I think I'm dreaming about it is I am nervous for tomorrow. Obviously, tomorrow, you may see in the title, debut of new VTuber model. So tonight's stream is actually going to end early because tomorrow, despite being my birthday, I will not have power for most of the day. They chose that day to do maintenance. So I need to work on some finishing touches for my VTuber model. And, you know, get that all set up, ready. And there's something for the boots. Do appreciate it. It's in Germany. It's 12:10. I don't know why my handle just kept going up and down. The tracking is just being weird. Probably because I got my purple light on instead of my white light. I know quite a few Germans. It's quite like it sounds weird if I put too much emphasis on it, but it's like I feel like I've made, even through Final Fantasy 14, I've made so many friends, and every single one of them, they're like, oh yeah, we're only Germany. I'm like, oh, I want to go to Germany and meet you all. It's 3:10 a.m. over there, Bigly. That's roughly what time it was when I decided last night, like, probably wrap up streaming and go to bed. But that said, I do know you have a son. That is a big difference. Town screen looks cool. Oh, it does. Like, it's usually in the corner above my head. But I do like it when it does pop off, like just linking everything together for the Persona style. May 7 debut. Yeah. There actually isn't a command. I never know if people do put the exclamation mark in the title for a command, but I feel like it just separates it very nice. Can't wait till you get to 1 billion points. But that's Silence Forever first. I need to go to bed. Love hanging out with you, my friend. I'll keep you on on work the whole time. Catching future, we need to play some games. We definitely do. I need to come by your stream and play some more games with you. I even have been on Dead Sun's stream where I pop on like on the days when I can, play games. He's like, "Oh, come on, let's jump on, let's play this game." And he's like, "Oh, it's only the two of us. Who do we add?" And I'm like, "Bigly's streaming," and I feel bad because Bigley asked me to play, and I'm always busy. And the day I'm free, Dead Sun grabs me. I'm like, "We can grab Bigley," and I look over at your streams like full party. I'm like, I don't think Bigley has time. I feel bad about it. Which I shouldn't feel bad because obviously it's a great thing. Everyone grows to create their own circles, and then after a while we intermingle the circles into one big circle, and then we all basically gain from it. It's how friend groups work. Except in friend groups you don't want to get too big because then, oh boy, you can't keep track of the birthday. But I do hope you get the rest you need. Now, I gotta turn on the music, gotta get Pokemon loaded up. There is no sound for this. We're going to be doing Shiny Hunt continuation from last stream. Now, I cannot remember. Yes, okay. I wasn't sure if I hit reload or quick load. But if we check out our PC, so last stream, we hatched a lot. You've got 3 hours. I hope you get plenty of rest in that 3 hours. Hatched so many. I would have laughed if that was it. So basically, this is going to be the mainstream, is just going back and forth, trying to hatch this Pokemon. Because I anticipate it's not going to actually take all that long tonight. We've hatched quite a big number already. Roughly 300. We're so close to getting there. Hello, Dead Sun Prime. You're sleeping? I hope you're getting rest as well. I do know you were saying that you had a long time without any sleep. I like to imagine you just went into like a multi-day coma. It's like, no need to wake me up. Currently sleeping. 2 of your 3 brains are asleep, allowing the third one to do the regular stuff you need. Deposit box 11. Even still, I'm sleeping. I think that's a sleeping one. The sleep? Yes, it is. I had you leaning close to see that. My eyesight is terrible. But no, I'm excited for tomorrow being birthday. I'm not really expecting anything grand. Like even today, like my mother always goes, "Oh, for all the main kids' birthdays, it's $100, and then everyone after that is $50." Like it's not Like, it's just, what kind of gift can I get? Basically, like, you don't want, or don't go into it expecting a PS5 or Nintendo Switch 2 or anything like that. And I absolutely love it because I hate having money spent on me. Oh, right, I was meant to come on during the weekend and grab berries. I forgot all about that. Did video production all day. Are you working on something for stream, or are you working on work stuff that isn't allowed to be talked about? Or personal project stuff that you're not allowed to talk about until you want to reveal it. Guess you returned the PS Switch 25 to the store. I mean, remember the rumors last year of Nintendo buying out Microsoft? Do you think we'll get the Xbox Switch 720 in our life? Wait to see me tomorrow. I'm excited to show off what I've been working on tomorrow. As I said, I'm ending the stream early time. It's only going to be a couple hour stream compared to last night's 7.5 hour stream. And the main point is I have a little bit more I need to work on. Mainly just the blend shapes, because I was trying to get something set up using the AR kit blend shapes. And the only, like, Binyan says, look, here is 3 apps that track the AR kit ones. Which one do you want to use? 2 of them you pay for, and 1 of them is free. And the free one, the code is now old, and it doesn't track everything. At the same time, as I said, I'm going to do some card openings. I don't have the cards in the office with me. They're actually sitting in my bedroom. But they are the Pokemon Gem Packs from China. The main hit cards in this, because it's meant to be for Pokemon Horizons, there are 8 different kinds of foil cards that you can get within it. The big get for it is you can get a full art card of Roy with his Fuecoco, Dot, or Nido Thing, with Quaxley, Liko with Brigatito, or you can get Professor Reed with Captain Pikachu. And these are artworks that are exclusive to China. Okay, nowhere else in the world has them. So I am hoping that in these 2 boxes, I can get at least 1. I've opened a box in the past. Need to get out of here. Hello, Infinity. This might be sellable for a good price where you're at. In location exclusivity. Well, the boxes. I was talking to streamer Kurubu Naito because they're away in China for a couple weeks. They said that to pick up one of these boxes, it costs $20. Including shipping. My brother's store pays $40 to get them in. But my brother's principal, with everything he sells, because he's a little hobby shop, he will only ever make $10 profit off of any item. So he sells these for $50. Many other stores go, oh, $80 Australian. So he cares more about a low affordable price for collectors rather than making a huge amount of money. Just said to him, like making a couple enemies from other sellers, but he goes his own way. So I bought a couple of them from him. I'm very curious. Apparently, these exclusive artworks are the only ones people care about. But as I'm excited to see what's in there. Yeah, so as I say, just with my model, what I need to do is like I was saying, I got AR kit set up, but I can't use AR kit because it's not tracking properly. I did get told one program from Dead Sun Prime, however, that requires you to use Unreal Engine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adapt the blend shapes I've made into standardized ones, and that's what I'm going to do at the end of the stream. Then tomorrow I'm going to be cleaning up my office and get everything all set up. Hope and pray I absolutely will. I mean, I 100% believe until the card is observed, it could be anything. Like, which I know some people are like, oh no, it's already decided. But yeah, I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh! Over a decade ago. I used to play One Piece last year. Part of the cards is a real thing. Until you see what your next card is, anything could appear, and the perfect card will appear when you most need it. It's sort of the whole... what is it? Quantum physics or something? Or it's quantum something. With the whole particles... if you shoot particles through a double slit... other hand. Well, let's just say there's a double slit. If you shoot particles through it, it goes through it like a wave, and you get imprints of multiple lines. But if you observe it, there's only 2 lines, meaning the outcome is changed if you observe what's happening. If you aren't observing it, it could be any possibility. That's how I believe a deck of cards works when you properly shuffle it. Now, if you bend a corner of one of your cards, as soon as you notice there's a bent corner, well, you obviously know what card it is. But if they're all looking exactly the same, and you have no clue what it is, you don't know any tells, anything could appear. Why not egg flashbacks? I wish I had a Pokemon from a different language to make the Masuda method happen. This is the full 1 in 8,000 chance happening. Oh, the chick, you got it, Clampole. Manifest destiny. That's kind of it as well, like, you choose. You don't let it all decide for you. Like, with Yu-Gi-Oh! I always say to people, like, it's my favorite memory. I was up against one of Australia's top-rate duelists. He looked at my deck and goes, yeah, you're not using the meta, you're gonna lose. And I was like, oh no, I've got this one card in my deck. 1 out of 60. Its effect is, if you have the field spell out, this card, during your main phase 1, you can send it to the graveyard, and the difference in the life points between you and your opponent comes off of your opponent's health, or their life points. So if you have, say, 6,000, your opponent has 5,000, you do 1,000 damage. Yeah, that's the way it works. And the reason I include the card is because I'm like, oh, there's a lot of trap cards that say, I'm going to disable what you're doing. and it's going to cost me X amount of life points. I'm like, well, this could actually do a lot of damage instead of an attack. Because we both were using fairy decks, it was a case of, oh yeah, none of our attacks were doing any damage. And we were told, oh yeah, you got 20 minutes to finish the duel, you got 10 minutes, you got 5 minutes, and then everyone at the store was just watching at that point. And the owner comes up and goes, alright, here's how it's going to work. You have 2 minutes. Play as quickly as you can. So we played as quickly as we could. We weren't even saying full sentences. Just speed through everything. And then the owner goes, stop. You have 1 turn each. Make it count. And the other person goes, alright, I do this. It's like, they set up their field going, yeah, it's obvious. I could do all these attacks and I'm going to win. I'm like, oh man, there's only 1 card in my deck that's going to help me out. Okay. Drew my card. It was the one that I just mentioned. The difference in life points comes off of his health. I still had, I think it was 4,400 life points, and then him stopping something during his turn cut him down to 2,200. The exact amount to make it that I had double his amount. I'm like, oh, I got this. I bring it out and use this effect. You're dead. And he just looks and goes, I rubbished that card so hard. I was like, no. Why? And everyone's like, dude, you have something to stop it, right? And he goes, no. Absolutely nothing. I did not plan for anyone to ever use that card. I just something I'm like, it's hardly cards for you. The only card, because I only ran 1 of that card in my deck, only thing that could help me win. And I got it. Right when I needed it most. And I found that happen a lot. Speaking of One Piece, while you were sick, you rewatched all of Wano. Ooh, have you enjoyed it? I've got 1 episode in English to go, which I think is 10:22. Oh, sorry, 11:22. Which I believe... Well, I'm not even going to say because spoilers for people. But I am enjoying it. The dual set experiment means something different. In math and physics, observation is when something interacts with a different system. Your will can physically change an outcome though. Look into microtubules. I will look into that. I mean, with the whole observing something changes the outcome. You know, I just remember Futurama made a joke about it. Where it's at horse races, like, oh, the winner is so-and-so with a quantum finish. And then they look really close to the through the microscope to see which horse won. And the professor just gets angry. He's like, no fair. You alter the results by measuring it. And then rips up his ticket. And then once I realized what that was about, I'm like, oh, that is funny. One was special because it was the art you're up to date with. I kind of wish I didn't stop playing One Piece TCG. Because my deck that I was going into was going to be a Captain Kidd deck, which is meant to be based around the Wano section, like all the different card art. And the entire point of it was the Captain Kidd leader starts off weaker than everyone else, because on your turn, he only has 4,000 strength instead of 5,000. But then, okay, despite that clear disadvantage, after you lose a couple points of health, he goes up to 5,000. And then you would have other Captain Kidd cards that would constantly increase the amount of damage he would deal. Falling back to slumber. Oh, good, dead son. I hope you have a good rest. You do need it. I really need to have a sip of my drink, though. I'm just looking at it, sitting right in front of me, like, I need a sip. When the next fish hatches, I'll open up my drink. Alright, drink time! I also started mentioning before, like, family gifts. Nearly didn't take the egg. So, like, my family usually have, like, a upper limit of how much is going to be spent on gifts. My mother says it's going to be $100. My gift I chose this year is to be a portable hard drive. I went out to a store today and found a 2 terabyte for $100. Quite cheap for over here. I am going to make it my archive for all my retro games. Because, you know, I would like them to survive. And plus, I can then plug that into any computer and start playing games. I also am curious, what is the upper limit of boxes in this game? Because I'm nearly out of boxes. Phyllis is a fortune cookie. Prosperity makes friends, and adversity tries them. I can see that. Now, easy to make friends, but when you're going through a rough time, you get to see who truly is there for you and who is only there for themselves. Too many Feebas. I know, and I've still no shiny. Now, if I am not mistaken, if I press my quick load button, it's gonna send me to before I started hatching them. So it's a way for me to get rid of all the excess Feebas. I was kind of sad because it's just deleting them from existence, but still. Never tried shiny hunt till Sun and Moon. That's kind of when I first started properly shiny hunting. I mean, me doing this is purely because I was told I should grab a Swablu for my team, and the Swablu for my team just happened to be able to breed with the Feebas I just got it. I was like, you know what? Let's be painful. Maybe it worse if I want to try and evolve every single one into a melodic. I got an exercise routine. Alright, let me just pick up my weights. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Five weights. You know what? Think with a Mac bike. I don't know why I didn't want the Mac bike. While it is faster, does anyone see the old man?
Cozebox says I say this so many times but it's true, this game is so extremely special to me. I absolutely love it. I feel like it's one of Danny DeVito's most dedicated projects. He directed it, narrated it, co-starred in it and acted as a sort of father figure to Pikachu when Ash died. Danny DeVito is a triple threat with this one: director, narrator, and Mr. Evil.
I just remember when the Detective Pikachu movie was coming out and everyone was like, oh, we need Danny DeVito. It has to be Danny DeVito. I'm like, please don't. Don't try to meme it into existence. I mean, nothing wrong with the Danny DeVito, but too much of a single actor can be bad. Welcome on in, Cosbox. Hope you have a good day. Just waiting for him to have another egg for his trying times. I was having a good day till you said that. No, I'm sorry. I was like, that's a good way to explain. Like, it happens to a lot of actors where like the market is oversaturated. And once it gets oversaturated, everyone's like, no, this actor's terrible. And I don't want that to happen to, actors whose roles I genuinely enjoy. So I don't want it to become a case of, oh, great, this guy. Don't do it. I'm still gonna explain. I mean, I feel like Danny DeVito is... I wonder how Danny DeVito actually got his start in films. Because, like, a lot of new actors are people who are meant to feel like the whole cookie cutter, good looking sort of people. Not all of them, but more or less that's what a lot of studios go for. And like, it's kind of sad. Like, you watch a lot of old movies and you have actors of all walks of life. And it truly felt like any of these things could be real. And then you look at, you know, modern day movies, and it's like, yeah, I don't believe. Like, I'm trying to remember the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie where it's like the kid enters the movie and it's Arnold Schwarzenegger's characters in the movie, and the kid's like, we're in a movie. Like, kid, we are not in a movie. Did you hit your head or something? That's not the best impersonation of him, but you know. And he's like, oh, we'll go to the movie store. Like, oh, I'm going to prove to you. And it's like all Arnold Schwarzenegger's movies are replaced with like Sylvester Stallone and whatnot in Terminator. And the kid's like, but look at everyone around us who works at the movie store. Look at the clock. She's way too pretty. And that's kind of what I look at with modern day movies. It's like, the worlds don't feel realistic. If that makes sense. Hello, George Miji. Am I shiny hunting? I am shiny hunting. I've got 12 boxes of Feebas. I flew the Cuckoo's Nest was his first film. Oh, I'll have to check. I have to check that out. I've heard of it, but I don't think I've ever heard who was in it. Last Action Hero, that could be it. I am not good with remembering movie names. Like,
I will.
still no Feebas. But yeah, like Last Action Hero. It's just funny that in the movie, the kid points out, like, nah, everyone here is too gorgeous. And I just feel like that's just become a Hollywood trend of getting the, like, as gorgeous as possible rather than acting ability or acting merit. Doesn't mean that, you know, these people can't act. But it feels like looks come first in the criteria, and then it's followed by, okay, now can this person act? Alright. Back to the back and forth.
Don't worry about a thing, it's in my bag, so burn your dread.
I mean, then again, I don't think it really matters too much because, you know, we have the whole ideology of, well, you can look at the memes. How it's like men from all different walks of life look at Goku. It's like, he is me. And I just feel like, you know, we can all just connect with any story, any character. How they look doesn't really matter. I got 3 more Feebas. I got 2 boxes left. Then what's the game gonna do once they're full? Yeah, so I posted on Twitter and Blue Sky. I don't think I posted on Discord. But the itinerary for tomorrow's stream. So right off the bat, debuting the new model. Yeah, I'm excited for that, to actually finally show it off. Following that, going to be opening up the Pokemon cards. So hand cam stream with new model. And then after that, I have actually bought and downloaded the remaster or remake of Croc. And I'm just very excited to play Croc because, as I said in the past, it was the first game I ever owned on PlayStation. Not the first game I ever played, but it's the first one I owned. And I am very excited to play it again. And I'm going to look at it and going to be like, wow, this game hasn't changed one bit. This is exactly how I remember it. Old man is not giving me the shiny egg. Give me more eggs. What's everyone up to tonight or today? Depending on your time zone. Oh. Ah. I mean, surely you're going to be up to more than just watching me go left and right in Pokemon. Oh. Hell no, shiny. Unwrapping levels. I actually did stop doing that and then vegged out watching back and forth. I mean, I appreciate you watching the back and forth. It's very hypnotic. I feel like there's something biting me on the chin. And one thing I feel sad about is... So, I mentioned yesterday we had my nephew spend the night, and we were going to go to the cheap shop today. My nephew did not sleep well and was out of sorts. So, couldn't really do the big shop that I needed. I got my energy drinks and I got some snacks. Like I got mostly post-stream snacks. And in reality, I kind of regret getting rid of my kettle now because I bought a box of 40 packs of noodles and I got another flat pack of cups of mac and cheese. I'm like, man, if I had my kettle, I could have cooked that up right now. Sit back down and just start eating. And you're protected today, but use up all the energy. I try to be productive, but I find it to be a struggle sometimes to be productive. And that could be why when I do the Unreal Engine lessons for Asylum that I end up with a really bad headache. It's because like I'm using more brain power than I normally do. Like it's not with a not for a lack of trying. It's just self-doubt is one of the big things and it gets you like, oh. On your info, that is true. And like but yeah, when just working on anything, I have to do just a little bit at a time. It's so hard to just do it in one go now. I used to be able to do it, but not anymore. And it's funny, I was talking to a friend the other night. They'll go, oh, what are you up to? I'm like, oh, nothing really. I just did my few stream things I need to do. I'm like, that's it. I'm like, oh, what are you up to? And they're going, oh, I'm planning on making a new program. Because they were making a thing for Discord for gaming news. Like a little Discord bot. And it would just they'll use various commands like, oh, that's really cool. I'm like, well, what are you up to now? And they're going, oh, I'm trying to figure out a thing for like a workplace so people can clock in and out. You'll be able to update information on the employees and all this other stuff. And it's going through all these different things. It's like, I don't know what programming language to do. Should it be A, B, C, D? Or should I learn a bit of E, G, or F to do it? And I'm like, yeah, that's turning my head just thinking about it. One in 8,000 chance for a shiny. Yeah. If I had a Pokemon from a different region, it would make it quicker. Now, what I could, I mentioned this in the last stream as well. I could learn about RNG manipulation in this game. And basically the way RNG manipulation would work is the egg you receive isn't generated until the moment it enters your party. So by putting in my trainer ID and my secret ID into a experimental or debug mode version of Pokemon, and knowing what random seed is which is generated on the start screen when the Nintendo logo appears at the start of an emulator, it'll tell you at what frame will a shiny appear. And then all I have to do is talk to this guy and be like, do I want the Pokemon? Quick save and like, wait for now. And then it's guaranteed that won't be a shiny. You're able to even go into this, it'll load up information on the Pokemon. Like what its hatch values are going to be. Just heard an odd noise outside. You're doing a sudden move because of the Shine Charm. That's when I did it as well with my Minior. I then did the SOS battle to get a shiny Alolan Vulpix and then a shiny Alolan Grimer. I then luckily just randomly stumbled upon a shiny Rockruff, Roggenrola, and there was a couple other Pokemon. In Sword and Shield, I think the only shiny Pokemon I naturally found in the wild that wasn't from a potentially iffy raid battle was a Fletchling. So I was doing one of the DLC areas, and the Fletchling, like first one I found, and it was a shiny. I'm like, oh, okay, that's not what I was expecting. But see, the hard part is, I can't remember if it's actually Gen 3 that has this bug or if it's Gen 4. But with the way the behavior or personality values for a Pokemon are generated, it uses both your trainer ID and your secret ID. Apparently there is a bug in which some combinations have more or higher shiny odd than others. So some of them may never find a shiny, some of them may have like a 1 in 200 chance. Filling up the graduate box now. This will at least tell me just how many I've gotten. Now I'll be able to just count what isn't a Feebas, basically. Oh, I got the first ad break coming up already. It feels weird that this has been an hour already of back and forths. By the way, if I fill up that graduate box, that doesn't mean I'm graduating. That's just what I call the retired Pokemon. Alright, an ad is starting in about 20 seconds. If you get an ad, I'm going to thank you now for watching an ad. It does help support the channel. Take this opportunity to get yourself something to eat, drink, stretch, go to the bathroom, all the things you may need. I'm going to continue going backwards and forwards in hopes that the shiny will appear. Because, yeah, why not? Why not? Deposit 4 more. And pick up 3 more eggs. 2 more eggs. Once again, does not want to give me an egg in these trials. Oh, no, there he is. Wish this game would be cool and just give me the shiny already. I mean, the game can just think of it as like an early birthday present. Inventory is full. I actually wonder how many people ended up getting Twitch Turbo purely because they hate an ad break happening at a moment that they like that they really want to see. Oh, the ad break is over. Welcome back for the ads, everyone. still going. I can store 8 more Pokemon. Like the way the game generates a shiny Pokemon, as with the personality values, it could be seen that me doing fast forward mode is me zooming past potential shinies. But because we haven't observed when or where the shiny appears, we don't know if we are going past it or not. And mass releasing coming. Well, I have a plan to handle the mass release. I might just reload my save state from before we did all this. I just put, you can't let your boy at me. I mean, you probably can. How you doing, James? Two more can be stored. One more can be stored. I mean, if the final egg is a shiny, I am gonna have to mass release. Alright, now we have to ignore the old man no matter how many times he's like, I got an egg for you. You want it, don't you? Couple hydrates. Healthy hydrate. And unhealthy hydrate. And finally, point and laugh at the bot because it got auto banned. And tell me what you really see. Landing, and that's the difference in you and me. The final egg. Ah. Alright, let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. The 14 boxes times 30 minus 17, was it? 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Plus 5 in the party is 408 eggs. Mind blown. Friends and you and me. Show you what it's all about. Only me and you. Who is gonna save it now? Oh man, I mass transferred all the Pokemon. All the Feebas. Takes too long. The Game Shark for shiny Pokemon. Well, that's the thing, I don't want to cheat for a shiny Pokemon. RNG manipulation felt close enough to a cheat, but I wouldn't count it as actually cheating. That's observing when it will appear. But here's a crucial thing that we have to do. We need to save. Reset. This has regenerated our randomized seed. It's a bit of code that changes every screen, but apparently how it's generated on the first screen determines how it's going to continue being generated. Now that we've reset our seed, when our shinies appear is completely different. We may get more chances, we may have less chances. Meow.
Co's box says whoever painted the temporal must have had a strong stomach. A really strong stomach.
What does that mean? Am I that gruesome to you, Cosbox? Why would you say this? I just kind of wish that one of my artist friends weren't so expensive to commission. Because I love her art style, but boy, I cannot afford it. Came from Matilda, just replaced Trunchbull. Why did they pick on the kid for eating all that cake? That's all I remember about Matilda is cake. I feel like I've run out of stream topics already. Doesn't really take long. Yeah, I'm starting to think shiny Pokemon don't exist. They're a lie that Nintendo made up to make us play longer. I still think that's one of the dumb things that Nintendo CEO Doug Bowser said. Whereas, like, the reason why they want to increase the cost of games is if someone's going to get more playtime out of it, they should charge you more for the game. Cool. So if I can complete a Nintendo game in 4 hours, should it be cheaper? Like, it's just very much the whole Simpsons, like, am I out of touch? No, the children that are wrong. Still, you know, anyone who does get a Switch 2, I do hope they enjoy it. Yeah, my hate or disdain towards Nintendo with all this is purely to the higher-ups who are deciding all this. If someone is a game dev working on it, job's a job. You do what you gotta do. Yeah, I'm still like, oh man, you got to work on this? That's so cool. So, at what point should I learn how to RNG manipulate? Or do I do the RNG manipulation upstream and then be like, wow, I got an egg here, let's hatch it. What? A 100% real reaction. But it also just makes me think, with Pokemon Sword and Shield, I remember when it came out, there was a huge thing about how the more of a single Pokemon you defeated, let's say Wooloo, the higher the shiny odds were. Apparently that was debunked. It doesn't increase the shiny odds. It increases the chance of a brilliant Pokemon appearing, where it has max stats. And those brilliant Pokemon have a higher chance of being shiny. So, in a roundabout way, yeah, it increases your shiny odds, but not for every single one you find. Only the brilliant. kind of feel like... No, I think I actually finished Pokemon Sword. Because I didn't know... Well, I knew one person who owned Pokemon Sword. I played through Shield. And I was waiting for them to finish the game so that way I could, you know, finish the Pokedex. They never did. So I ended up, I think, playing through Pokemon Sword. Yeah, and then just so I could transfer the exclusives over. I'd be like, there! Got them! Because, yeah, I bought the dual pack. I did also get the dual pack for Scarlet and Violet. Played through Violet, but not Scarlet. I could always play that on stream again. They're like, chat, help me create the edgiest of teams. Thank you for the boop. I will have a pure poison... Oh, not pure poison. I'd have a poison dark type team. I just wish you could give yourself, like, your character angry eyes. Yeah, not be the cookie cutter good boy. I want to be Angie boy. Or even just call him, like, edgy bro. But then again, you can't even change your uniform, so... And that's going to be the one thing about Legends ZA that I am looking forward to the most. The outfits. Because X and Y was the absolute best when it came to character customization. No one, like, no other Pokemon game has come close to it. I mean, Sword and Shield kinda, but they... I feel like they could have done just a little bit more. And we do have the Pokemon big, massive battle game that's coming out. That I guess is going to incorporate everything, perhaps. Oh no, it just showed off Mega Evolutions, and I think potentially Dynamax. I guess the only thing we haven't seen is Z moves. But I'm curious if you're going to be able to customize your character in that. And to what degree could you customize it? Like, I could definitely see them going, hey, look, everyone has the same cookie cutter character at the start. Maybe you can change the face a bit. And then every time you battle someone, you will earn coins. And then... Oh no. I just realized. They might do a battle pass system where it's like, yeah, battle pass, unlock new outfits and banners and all this other stuff for your team, like, just for you to look at as you're trained to be customized. And then maybe like get to level 100 and we'll give you a, I don't know, a mythical Pokemon, or maybe a shiny Pokemon, or a shiny mythical. You want a shiny Mew? Reach level 100 of the Pokemon Battle Pass. And the thing is, it's gonna suck me in. I'm gonna want to be a part of it and learn a way to easily go up the levels. I'll be like, alright chat, every stream, 1 hour Pokemon battles. We've got to become the very best, like no one ever was. To catch him is your real test? No, no. To battle him is your real test. And to win is your cause. I actually wonder if I was to post an online game just saying, hey guys, Pokemon leak, that game's gonna have battle passes. Source, trust me, bro. And it actually happens where people are like, guys, the guy who successfully predicted this is now predicting this weird Pokemon game gonna come out in the future. Like, yeah, it's gonna be called Pokemon Nature vs. Industrial, or Pokemon Nature type or Industrial type. It's sort of a Team Aqua, Team Magma sort of story, except depending on your game, depends what side you're on from the very get-go, and your starting town. And, like, are you on the side of industrialism or naturalism, where like you just want to live with nature? They're like, wow, if this person's right, they're gonna be, you know, everyone's gonna want to know what they think's coming next. And her feeling going, oh, giving away all of our ideas. Who is this kid? We don't know. He wears a mask, and he's on Twitch. Darn, it could be anyone. It could even be Shigeru Miyamoto's son. Does Shigeru Miyamoto have kids? I feel like he does, but at the same time, I've never heard anything about it. And it's just... How old would his kids be? Like, the dude's in his late 50s, I think? No, he'd be older than that. Yeah, I gotta Google. How old is Shigeru Miyamoto? He's 72? I did not think he was 72. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Mario Bros. Did come out in 1983. I saw him being born in the 60s, not the 50s. Actually, no, I thought he was 70s first. But, I don't know, 60s. Jeez. That just blew my mind. Back to your eldest kids, they made video games. Just not what they are today, just they made video games in general. Like, hey, what kind of games did you make? Like, I made some pretty good floppy disk games back in the day. It's like, oh cool, where are they? It's like, well, you see, a floppy disk has a shelf life of about 10 to 20 years. So to find a working floppy disk game to this day is extremely rare. And preservation of a lot of the games is not going well. A lot of the games can even be considered lost media. That isn't actually a joke, that's actually true. There is in Japan a video game preservation group where their entire thing is to just, like, it's a charity run thing. But they want to try and get old games and digitize them and archive them properly. But because of Japan's anti-piracy laws, they can't share any of the games. So it's sort of a, trust me bro, they're safe sort of situation. But apparently, because of the whole trust me bro their safe structure, they don't get as many donations as they actually need. And apparently, like, 'cause apparently, I think it's like 7 employees there. And yeah, it is a charity because they're not making money, except through donations. And it's been said that the owner was stated that they have enough money to stay running until the end of September, and then they got to close up. And then they just got to hope that if in the future someone gets a hold of these hard drives and they're all in perfect condition, that they continue to be preserved instead of just formatted. But yeah, it's just a scary thought. You then look at the fact that Internet Archive was targeted by Nintendo for being piracy. And it's just, yeah, a lot of old games lost media. You'll never be able to get them again. I mean, I even saw a thing that said that apparently roughly only 12% of PlayStation 2 games are currently archived. Now, I don't know if that factoid is true, but yeah, that is still a bit of a scary thought that these games can be lost. It says a healthy hydrate, and boy will live forever. I thought all of them. Well, I thought it was all of them, but I saw a bunch of news reports come out saying only 12% of PS2 games have been properly archived. That said, it could also be that they are misrepresenting a number. They could be talking about the DOS games or even just video games in general, and they're just slapping PS2 on there to make you more pay. After all, there was a thing said on someone else's stream, and I had to look into this myself because they said that someone mentioned that Matrix is a pro-trans movie. I'm like, I did not get that from The Matrix. Like, not saying it's anti or anything, like, it's just I didn't notice any of those themes, so I looked it up, and it's that the 2 writers of The Matrix have since come out as being trans. And they said that obviously certain things about their life experiences and thoughts did make their way into the movie. For example, a character named Switch, they wanted to be female in one world and male in another world, which they said it didn't end up happening. But there are certain things from their experiences and life experiences that did make their way into the movie that would be considered pro-trans. And they said, oh, what do you think about people who say this about the movie? It's about trans movement or something like that. And they're like, no, that isn't what we said. It's misquoted. So I feel like that could also be it with this whole PS2 thing, is they're like, oh, only 12% of games have been recorded or archived. And then they could have said something about PS2 in the report, like, 12% of PS2? And then I'm repeating it here, and you're like, oh my goodness, 12% of PS2 games? Next, you're wrong. Or maybe you're right, I don't know. You have your own opinions. And, you know, and it's just more or less that could be more of what's happening. In places where pretty much all PS2 games are there. I mean, I'm going to have to try and re-find it. I was just interested. Anyway, we'll do the exercises. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do one more just in case I miscounted. Now, healthy hydrate. Hydrate. I'll say hello, Rin. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, like they could also be talking about demos and special event stuff, or even, hey, here is an exclusive limited time patch version. Sort of like GTA San Andreas. In some regions, there's actually 2 versions that went out. One, which was the early print, which had some since removed scenes still available within the game. Some really bad scenes, basically, putting it lightly. And then at the I think it was like a month later, a 1.1 went out. Or even like on launch day, it was a mix of 1.0 and 1.1. So it could be other things like that. So games are out there, but not all the various patched versions. Or maybe they're even just talking about advertisement material. I don't know. Because advertisement material is something that people don't care as much about. Same with like bumper reels. Yeah. I don't know why, but the meow just makes me giggle. How you doing, Rin? I hope you're doing well today. But like, one of the things that I do feel sad about, you know, back when I was 12, I got my hands on RPG Maker XP. Apparently, and this is to my knowledge, the English version of RPG Maker XP was a fan translation and was therefore seen as illegal material. And then you could pay the person for the full license. And I remember asking a teacher in high school going, hey, I got this program to let you make games, and they say it's illegal to own. She's like, nope, I'm not allowed to hear this. I'm like, okay, but I have a friend who has it. Like, okay. I'm like, and a keygen is illegal. They're like, I really shouldn't hear this. I'm like, but is a keygen an illegal item used on an illegal program double illegal, or does it cancel it out? Like, what am I looking at here? And the teacher just looks at me and walks off. I'm like, that doesn't answer my question. But yeah, I got K-Zone as a kid, one of the children's magazines that's still going on to this day. And they would have DVDs or CDs that you put in your computer, and it would have an autoplay, and it would have other little mini games, sometimes previews of different anime or cartoons. And then I found out, because my computer never did the autoplay, hello Trankuryu, good to see you. Yeah, I found it because mine didn't have an autoplay. I could find hidden files, and one of them was RPG Maker or XP, and so I made a game all the way back when I was 12. A bit nauseous, but otherwise good. I still await the day you no longer are nauseous. I wish for the best of health for you, Rin. Feel like we're shiny, got a snooze now. All good, Sam. I hope you have a good night's rest. I hope your projects go well. Also, for everyone here, I'm actually going to do a proper shout out. I really got to do these shout outs more often. So, Silime is teaching not only myself, but 3 other VTubers Unreal Engine. We've done 1 lesson so far, and the next lesson has been scheduled for next week on Tuesday. So if you are wanting to see us struggle, or even just me struggle to learn Unreal Engine, or maybe you just want to follow along with a little bit of the tips and whatnot, do check out his stream. He has posted part 1 to his YouTube. I do not have a link to the YouTube, but it's basically a highlight reel that will skip us just doing random chats and whatnot and just focus on the work and proper tutorial stuff. But I'll be there next Tuesday. But as I was saying, like, I made a game back when I was 12 using RPG Maker. Very basic. But, you know, without really understanding that the whole Warrior of Light thing was a Final Fantasy thing, I thought I was just being creative. I nicknamed the game Warrior of Light, or Warriors of Light. And it starts off, it doesn't have a proper intro because, you know, it made it. But you're in a tavern and it gives you the exposition. You need to go on a journey to stop the big, bad, evil portal gates from opening around the world. Like, some are opening up and you have to stop them. So you have, like, you start off with, I think, at like 1,000 or 2,000 gold, and you're in a tavern. And it's just said, all right, look, we need, like, the two main characters stand there and they're going, we need to hire adventurers to help us out with this. We can't do this alone. And the other one's like, oh, but we also need, you know, weapons, armor, spells, things like that. And then they go, all right, well, let's just be smart with our money. And the thing is, you could hire two people, you know, from the tavern and still have money left over for weapons and stuff. Or you could go for the overpowered characters, like the more powerful ones, who are going to be better, but you have to forego equipment for everyone for a little while, which is going to make the start of the game really difficult. Or you could just go with no one and you just leave. I had one of the portals open up around the start of the game where it was meant to be to a hell dimension. And in there is a, you know, just a demon character. Like, this was all using the in-game character sprites and whatnot. None of it was custom made because, again, I didn't know how to do any of that stuff. I was a kid. But yeah, in there was like an early boss. Like, you could say, oh, if the first boss of the game was level 15, this boss will be level 20 and took place before it. But if you're able to defeat this boss, you are rewarded with a demon egg. Use the egg, and you can get a little demon on your team. You know, just specializing in, I think it was like dark and fire magic. You had obvious weaknesses and whatnot, and then you could then talk to your teammates and be like, hey, you are temporarily dismissed. I never actually made a way to get the team members back. I was trying to figure that out using variables, where I was going to save what level they were as a variable, and if you ever picked up the team member again, they would be boosted to that level. And then obviously learn all their abilities and spells they should have gotten. So that way you could have gone back to the tavern and just picked up the same characters again and again. Like, whenever you want to. I then had it where you entered one town and it's like, oh, we need you to go up dark by a mountain death place or whatever I called it. And you went through mountainous area to find your way to, you know, the boss of the zone, who, you know, came from one of these portals, and through his power, the portals were staying open. Like the proper demon portals, not like the earlier Hellspawn one. You destroy the portal, defeat the demon, and you leave. And the town's like, yeah, oh, thank you, here's a reward. We would like you, like, do continue your journey and Continue to save the world. The next town ahead, you went into it, and it's like, oh, we need you to now go to this area to do this thing. So you went there, fought who you were told was an evil knight. Defeat him, go back to the kingdom, and you find out it was actually the town's hero. You have been tricked, and now there's a coup. The kingdom is under attack. So you have to run. And that was going to be the end goal, was to get your way back there. Because that was going to become like the big evil headquarters. You make your way to a port town, and it's like oh, we're still being followed. We need to get out of here as soon as we can. So you're meant to just go down to the dock, board a ship, and then you rode the ship. You could talk to a barrel, and just kind of like ... And then as you kept doing it again and again and again, using variables, eventually the barrel would start to pop up messages like, just a barrel. There's nothing here. And then eventually it gets angry, like, oh, there's nothing here. Like, alright, fine, you caught me. And then it was a mermaid. Like, which is meant to be one of the mermaid monsters in the game. Like, default things would jump out, be like, oh, fine, you found me. I was just trying to get away from everything. Like, and then you have a choice. Do you want to fight it, or do you want to recruit it? And then that's how you could get a mermaid, I guess. Just to get specialty water magic. The ship would then end up in a storm, controlled by, again, demon creatures. Boat would crash, and you'd end up on a spooky island beach. And there's only a few survivors from the boat. They're like, oh man, we're going to try and recollect our things and whatnot, and make sure everyone here is fine. You should go on ahead to the next area, like next town, see if you can secure us some help. And at that point is when my 30-day free trial of RPG Maker was up. I could no longer produce any more, so I clicked the publish button, and I went to the website Emu Wizard, and I posted in the forum saying, hey, I made this using RPG Maker. What does everyone think? And then I just put in like a little extra thing saying, I'm 12, this was my 30-day free trial. I would love to own this program, but unfortunately, I'm 12, I don't have money. I didn't get a lot of attention. Well, I say I didn't get a lot of attention. I got, I think, 20 comments on it back in the day. Of people being like, wow, this is actually really cool. This is quite fun. Like, I do like the hidden characters. Like, people going, oh, I like this part that you threw in. I like this part that you threw in. And that's actually what made me want to get into game development. For the longest time is I made this and I got positive feedback. Now, obviously, if I was to release that now, everyone would be like, oh, it's missing so much. Like, where's this feature? Where's that feature? And, that's fair. People are allowed to feel that way. But the thing that I hate is the fact I had it upload to Emu Wizard. Emu Wizard was, as you can guess, a ROM site. And to upload the game, I had to upload it directly to their website. Early 2010s, Nintendo threatened to sue the website. They shut down. Not even the forum was allowed to remain. And because of that, the only copy of my game is gone. It is now technically lost media. And, we would never be able to see it. It sucks. I mentioned last night I used to make sprite work in RPG Maker. And it was my .hack chat character, as well as my brother's one, and then a friend of mine. like just using flowers and whatnot. Again, never see it. It's lost. And like, it's just... I guess that's just life. But, you know, that story is why I believe in archiving, you know, video games and media and whatnot. It's why I am reluctant to, you know, delete old files, is because you never know what's going to be lost media. I think I've mentioned in the past as well, on one of my hard drives, I have the original Pokemon movie trailer. It's what the movie was meant to be. And it looks vastly different to what we got. And the only copy you can get is really low quality, but I have it saved in case it ever goes missing. Really sad, it really is. Also, I do see Clam Pop and Glam for the Hydra and a posture check. Alright, is that my posture? I just punched the desk. There is. If you ever make something and you want to upload it somewhere, make sure you have a hard drive and just store it on there. Like, this is something I even said to people back in my uni days with all of our old work projects. I'm like, I think it was the very first trimester, because rather than semesters, which were 2 a year, we had trimesters. It was split into 3 a year. So that way a 3-year course was compressed out 2 years. So trimester 1, I went out to the store JB Hi-Fi, and they were selling discounted USB sticks. I think it was like 32 gigabyte ones. They're decent sized. And I bought a few of them, and I said to my classmates, I recommend you go there and buy a bunch of these. They were like $5, $10 each. I think it was about only 16 gigabyte ones. But they were just heavily discounted. They were trying to get rid of them. I said, just grab them all. And it was like, oh, why is that? I was like, put your projects on it. That way you can be like, yep, my finished hinted project for X class is right here. Now, on my computer, I have the very first... Well, not my very first. I guess it would be. The very first solo thing I worked on. Actually, let me do the healthy hydrate first. I'm actually really thirsty. Hydrating! Thank you for that. Really do appreciate the claim. I hope you're having a good night. Okay, trimester 1 was you were given a package and you would see just what you could produce with it, just by swapping out assets. Originally, because I went to uni and my brother was there, the plan was we would interact with different groups. He did well at the very start, interacting with people. I didn't. I was very scared, very nervous. One of the female classmates, I got along really well with her. I think I got along really well because no one else would give her the time of day. Because I think it was like week 1, she was like, oh yeah, I'm a furry. And everyone was like, oh, yeah, gross. I'm like, go to conventions, that's kind of cool. What's that like? Yeah, I didn't want to judge. And then, I saw it was forming a group, whereas the groups that my brother was going for, they were becoming really weird and whatnot. So I was like, oh, you can join mine. So by into Trimester 1, I think Trimester 1 was Trimester 2. Could have been Trimester... Part of me says it was 1. But I think it was actually 2 because I remember the project we made became and is still used as the example of the best that you can do at that point in time. Trimester 4, I got the second best. The person who had the best made a puzzle game, whereas I had a zombie game. The game was going to be like, I can actually reveal a lot of information. Thank you for the Vinsalmus hat. I can reveal a lot of information about the game. I just can't show it off stream or on stream because it has my real name on it. And I don't want to dox myself. Even though you see other big streamers being like, yeah, this is my full name. I live in this area. You can see my face. What of it? Then again, I got other reasons why not to dox myself. But basically the game was... It's only a single stage, and it was to learn... Well, we had learned visual scripting. So similar to Unreal Engine with Blueprint, this was using, I think called Playmaker. So it's just visual based scripting, so you can see what everything is. And you just learn how things go together. So that was Trimester 4, we learned that, and it was... Our final project was to see if we had an understanding of the program. So we had to make a game using it, and then write out a document explaining how everything worked. So I was like, alright, how did I do this? I did it like this did this, this did this. And it's just, you know, we prove our understanding of what we are doing. So the game I went with, because I think we actually got to... Well, we didn't have to pitch a game idea, but I made mine to a pitch. Where it was a zombie game called Metaphor. The reason why I chose Metaphor is... I was trying to explain it to a friend on Skype, and I mistyped metaphor as METAFOUR. And they're like, oh, metaphor, oh, haha, you don't even know how to spell. I'm like, I am just too tired that I misspelled it. Like, nah, how could you do that? So like, you know what? I'm just going to call the game Metaphor now. There's going to be 4 main characters. I can only remember I remember 3 characters. So the 2 playable characters, I was going to have Beat and Melody. Yeah, just 1 male character, 1 female character, and that was going to be the main 2 that you would play as. I know one of them was... I think they were going to be mic, as in microphone. And I think the 4th one, I believe, might have been the weirdest name of all, being Soundcheck. So the plot of the game was going to be zombie-infected town. Or city. And I want it to be sort of like a roguelike. Or sort of like a Pokemon mystery dungeon, if you think about it. So you enter a part of the city. There are zombies all around. Now, you could avoid them, you could try to fight them, and you're trying to rescue people or do different missions. So you get like a mission board saying like, take down the... Oh, that's an ad in progress. I will chat it all the way through that. All right, if you're in an ad, you're not going to hear this. But go get yourself something to eat, drink. Okay. So get yourself something to eat, drink, hydrate, stretch, bathroom, all the things you may need. All those will the exact same one. I'll be right here, still hatching Feebas. And I'll continue my thought once the ad break is over. Have a sip of my energy drink. I know I should be having an energy drink, but I stopped having energy drinks for a little while, and I was having cola, and I was drinking like 3 cans of cola a day again, like I used to in the past. I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to buy cola again. I'm going to buy my energy drink because I know I can limit myself to 1 a day. Right through the ad break. And I just stopped my story halfway through. If I'm lucky, one of these eggs will be the shiny. I don't think I will be lucky. But, you know, never know. Two eggs left on me. Alright, ad break is over. Welcome back from the ad break, everyone. I'm sorry, I didn't realize the ad was about to play. Now, to continue the story, I wanted to make the metaphor games similar to like a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. There'd be a mission board, and you'd pick up a thing where it's like rescue a civilian or defeat a boss monster. Different things that you could do. Again, similar to Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. Only instead of having a couple 100 Pokemon to go through, it'd just be generic zombies. But the difference would be that you weren't killing zombies by like shooting them in the head or anything like that. Rather, the characters would have music constantly playing like through headphones, whatnot. And as you attacked zombies, it would do absolutely nothing. Instead, you would have to build up a skill bar to unleash the power of music. And then if the power of music hits a zombie, they begin dancing and they're now neutralized because they're too busy dancing to want to fight. Now, and obviously this is all meant to be cartoony, graphics as well. As weird that I'm saying like it was meant to be like a roguelike, but then I wanted to have doorways that would barricade you until you cleared the area. So I don't really know how exactly I was going to mix those elements. But, you know, this was all a very quick and easy thing that I was doing. So the character beat is obviously the beat of the song. Melody is the melody. Mike was going to be your mission guy. So you're meant to be part of a pirate radio station because the government was like, no music. Music bad. So Mike was the guy at the microphone. And the design was he was going to be like on the real big heavyset guys. Like, when I say heavyset, I mean like big, strong. Think of Maui in Moana, how he looks. That's the kind of build I was going for Mike. He was someone you didn't want to mess with, but he wasn't going to be a fighter. He was the one who was going to be at the microphone, just putting out all the information for you. Hello, Super Reader. Here we go, Mushu cereal, the breakfast with duck sauce. I still don't understand. That's meant to be a reference to something. Right. My fortune cookie for you. A virtual fortune cookie will not satisfy your hunger. Oh. Well, looks like you got the Mushu cereal instead. How you doing, Suba? I hope you're doing well today. Yeah, and the last character, which was going to be Soundcheck, I believe his name was meant to be the engineer behind it all. And it was more or less, he got the name like just by, I think Mike would have just been like, Soundcheck, 1, 2, and the other character who became Soundcheck would have just overheard it and thought he was talking to him, like, huh? What? And like, oh man, I can't believe he thought he was talking to you. It's like, that's gonna be a name from now on, you know. The usual thing that makes a nickname stick. So, those were the 4 characters. The government were gonna be the villains, and maybe the government would actually appear in areas, and your standard attacks would be how you have to take them down, with music only working against the zombies. But this was my thing that I made in a short amount of time. Who knows, maybe I'll try and make it again in the future. Thanks, perfect. It is. The speed. And hello, Chip. We're still trying to hatch this shiny Feebas. I'm honestly considering RNG manipulation. Like learning how to do it and then bring everything up on screen and have it featured in a stream to be like, alright, this is how it works. You get this time, Pokemon. You have to go, Rin. All good. I hope you have a good night's rest. I mean, I think I've got like an hour left in me because, as I was saying earlier on in the stream, I have to finish one more thing with my VTuber that I'm going to be debuting tomorrow. Just because I can't use... I don't want to pay for AR kit tracking, especially when I do want to create my own Unreal Engine thing, similar to Dead Sun Prime, Fruitsy Collins, Psylime. Yeah, I want to do what they do. So... you know, why pay for a program when I'm going to be doing anything later? So I need to set up or change the blend shapes just ever so slightly. You're glad to be back? I'm glad to have you back as well. Maybe you're the good luck charm we need. I mean, I'm pretty sure in my office in the corner is where I have my old cork board with all my old pins. There's a lot of Pokemon ones. There's up to Gen 5 badges. But on there is a Helix fossil. In Helix we trust. Or something like that. I can't remember what it is. Something Twitch plays Pokemon reference. And I feel like perhaps that Helix is going to be the good luck charm. My helmet's broken. I was wondering why he looks so different because I was wearing the glasses instead. But yeah, that metaphor game that I was talking about, like the zombie one that I made just for a project, I have it on my computer. It's still, I don't know if I have the project files, but I have the published files. And I would love to show it off if it didn't have my real name on it. If I still had the project file sitting around, I would remove any mention of my real name and then just, you know, show it off. Be like, hey, check it out. Like the final project we did, I don't know, I'm still kind of annoyed because 3 of us, which was, yeah, again, my brother, myself, and then one other person, were forming a team. And we asked each other, like, all right, well, what are our pitches? Because we had to pitch them all in class, and then you had to pick without voting. I'm like, well, how are you meant to decide without a vote, I guess? Because no matter what, it comes down to a vote. No matter how you want to think about it. Oh, something just... I think it's just like one bug got into my office and it's just trying to bite me. Maybe we could black out the name. So, Suba, here's the thing about me back in my uni days. I would create weird terms for things. And then if you look at the initials of what it's called, it would actually just be my first name. So my actual name is plastered everywhere. In the final project, I was tasked with doing the textures of a butterfly. And it was just going to be straight up my name on the wings. And I was told, no, Nix, no. So I did it in such a way, it was really hard to tell. And when showcasing it, the lecturer just goes, Nix, no, you're not putting your name on it. We've been over this. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's my name's on it. And everyone's like, no, it's not. And he walks to the board and goes, see? There's your name. And everyone was like, Nix, why? And I'm like, that's not meant to notice. I also hope in that story I never said my actual name, because it's really hard to recount an actual story and change my name. When I talk about IRL things, I always think of myself with my IRL name. If I talk about on-stream things or even things with friends I've made online, I think of myself as Nix. I have basically 2 different personalities I can easily differentiate, and whenever I talk about, or whenever I have to swap the names around, it is so hard. I'm also concerned about the big, huh? Did I say something bad? Did I just reveal that I'm an alien? But I like... genuinely surprised. Which is fair, like... I kind of think of it like Toy Story. Andy's name on the bottom of Woody's shoe. Something that, you know, you normally wouldn't see, but if you know it's there, you know it's there. And so that's why I hid my name in creative ways in all my projects, because I was worried, what if someone here tried to copy my project? And like, well, surely there would be some semblance of my name coming through, because they wouldn't pick up every single thing. Kind of paranoid. But with the final project that we did, my idea was a farming game, because let me just Google. Let me Google this. Stardew Valley release date. So, Stardew Valley came out 2016. It was around this time that Harvest Moon was no longer, you know, the mainstay series. The Japanese game became known as Story of Seasons. And it became a big split in the market. And I was saying to people, there is a gap for farming-based games like Harvest Moon, especially on PC. Steam has none. And that was my big pitch to everyone. And a lot of people were like, oh yeah, that actually sounds kind of cool. Well, it was, again, myself, my brother, and one other person. And our thing was, all right, how about we put, like, do a vote, right? If it's 3 of us, let's all vote for whose idea we like the most. But you can't vote for yourself. That's the rule. Because that way, it isn't over the top. Now, my brother said I like Nix's idea. Nix's farm game sounds really cool. I'm like, alright, I like that. Because in my head, like, my brother had already said he wasn't too confident in his ideas. So, kind of putting it that the other guy either had to make a stalemate or vote for me. And I'm like, alright, well, I actually like the other guy's idea, because I can't vote for my own. I know my brother didn't like his idea. Like, so, the other guy, your idea of a resource management where you're a flame was kind of cool. And he goes, I vote for my idea too, so I guess that's what we're doing. I was very annoyed by that. And then, so yeah, I started in 2013. We graduated 2015, I believe, around June. And Stardew Valley came out 26th of February 2016. If we had kept up with our project, we could have actually released this. Like, if we actually did the farming game and released, like, kept up with it, we could have released it before Stardew Valley, and there was a chance we could have been the Stardew Valley, or even just gotten something from the market. That's the thing. And I had said to people, there is a huge gap in the market. This is the thing you need to invest in. Now, next, you don't know what you're talking about. So, yeah, I was a bit annoyed by that. I also had other things that I had pitched, and I was always told, Nix, no, you're wrong about this. I even said we're going to see a resurgence in Nintendo 64 style games. Because I'm like, at the time, I'm like, we're seeing 8-bit era, 16-bit era, like those style games. Like Nintendo 64 style is going to make a resurgence. Because people who grew up with that and getting older, they're going to want that style. And it was like, nah, you don't know what you're talking about. And then we did see a resurgence of that pop up. There were other, I'm trying to remember what some of the other games were, but I basically said, look, this is going to be a thing. This is going to be a thing. I remember at the time, VR was starting off, and they were like, this is going to be the next big thing. I'm like, nope. VR is awesome. No one, or not everyone, has the room in their house for VR. It is going to be a niche thing. Like, as cool as it is, it's not going to take off. And I even had to do one assignment where I'm like, what is your market analysis? How do you know all these things? And I'm like, I know. It's hard for me to say, but I could predict where things were going. And throughout my entire time studying, I was right so many times. I even had a lecturer sit down with me and goes, so how do you know about all this stuff? Like, what's your method? I'm like, I just play games. And I see what people are interested in. And that's it. I'm not some huge market analyst. I just do whatever. And like, they were quite intrigued by it. That was the interesting thing about it. Anyway, I should probably continue the shiny hunt. Now the concern is, how do I not get doxxed? That sort of thing. So, Suba, you don't have to worry too much about being doxxed if you're not too worried about it. The reason I don't want to be doxxed is because long story short, I probably shouldn't even be saying it, but I have a family member an in-law who's a part of Defense Force, and they were told, do not have photos of you with your kids because of AI. They can easily find who you're connected to. And if someone wants to target you, they can easily target people around you. They never removed any photos of themselves with me. So, as long as they're in this job, I basically have to worry about a potential target on me because they could go for me to get to them, that sort of thing. So that's why I'm a big tuber. Why I'm never taking up the helmet. Edrix shared a link. Links cannot be shared here. This came as ... if you're still there. If not, that's also fair. Are my parents in the creative industry? They are not. My parents were never really interested in creative industry. Or at least, a better way to say it is, there's never actually been much of an industry over here in Australia. But yeah, my mother's always been supportive, and my dad's tried to understand what I talk about. I understand that not all the time will he understand or follow with things, but he tries his best to be as supportive as possible, which is, yeah, really good. I mentioned you and your brother this guy on projects, got me curious. So the reason why is, as I mentioned, like, I got exposures and whatnot. I'm very antisocial. I've become more social, but I still don't really go out or do anything. Like, I'm more outgoing on stream than I am IRL. So I went to somewhere with the purpose of getting me out and about. And the people there went, oh, you should really consider this course in game design. So I signed up. The same day, unbeknownst to me, my brother had signed up. He got a interview, like, to see if he wants, like, if he's going to actually be able to get in or not, on a Friday, and then I got mine on a Monday. They basically called me up and said, oh yeah, your brother already signed up, like, do you still want an interview? And I don't know if they meant it as, do I want to study alongside him, or I'm just in no matter what. But I'm like, nah, I want to go in and I want to prove myself. Because a lot of people always just saw me my brother's shadow. For curiosity, let me show you just what I'm made of. Yeah, you can relate. Like, it's always a bad thing when it happens, and obviously there's nothing that makes you feel sadder, I guess. But let me just say, Super, I do not know who your sibling is, and I will always see you as, you know, your own person. You are not a shadow or anything like that. I like talking about shadows, and then the Shadow the Hedgehog song starts up. Oh, hail Shadow. I mean, there's got to be no other better song to finally hatching the shiny. Because, yeah, like, with me being in my brother's shadow, like, it kind of happened a lot in uni, where everyone would just message him. Even to this day, people want to try and get in contact with us. They'll message him, be like, oh, how's everything going? And it's because, as I've always put it, he's the charismatic brother. Whereas I'm the weird brother. So why would they want to bother talking to me when they have him? But I definitely feel like ever since I started streaming, I've definitely found more of who I want to be. Yes, it's happened later than most others would find out in life. But I love streaming. The brother is married and studying and working in medicine as a doctor. That's one of the things I think of is I've got 3 brothers. All 3 are married. I couldn't really care about dating. Like, I don't need that in my life. I mean, is that what the kids call copium? Yeah, as I enjoy what I do here. And once I learn a bit more of Unreal Engine through Sideline, I can actually start my proper project. I have an idea for a game. Now, last year, I did start up trying to model something for a game, and I had a panic attack on stream. I'm like, no, I gotta end stream. I'm sorry. Like, that's basically what happened. And that's basically, like, it's trauma I don't want to get into. And this guy just does not want to give me an egg. Because I feel more comfortable with you without the awkward silence regarding dating. What do you mean by... Oh, right, alright, never mind. I understand. You feel more awkward with me. That awkward silence with dating. Usually guy and girl, they expect dating. Yeah, like, it's one of those things that is kind of odd. It's like, because, you know, as much as people say, oh, nah, people aren't going to just assume people are going to date and all this other stuff, but bottom line, the only way humanity as a species, you know, can survive is if we keep having children, which means we have to get married. Yeah, bottom line, that's just life. Same with these Feebas. The only way these Feebas can survive is because we're breeding new Feebas into the world. So it's kind of expected, but it's kind of also not for everyone these days. Here's on Instagram, more connected. Aww. That's what I like, it's just easy just to be friends. Like, especially with VTubers and whatnot. No, it's gonna be a second. Alright, so my brother had messaged me and I thought I heard someone call out to me and I'm like, oh no, did something bad happen? Thankfully not. My brother's just talking about Gundam. But I remember, I was like, I went to one place, you know, for help because, you know, having exposures and acute agoraphobia. And this was like, I think I was 20, maybe not even, that could have been 19. And the woman that looked at me and was like, oh, you have this wrong, that's not right. I mean, you should be going out to clubs, getting drunk, having babies. And I'm like, excuse me? Is that really how you just see me? Is just someone who should be doing that? Like, that is just, ugh, no. Like, I am not someone who likes to drink. I am not someone who is just gonna randomly hook up with people. Like, to assume that is kind of offensive. Not saying that, there's anything wrong with people who choose to have that lifestyle, but it's not a lifestyle for me. Just like how you get people who want to go to watch football in the stadium as often as they can. I'm not a sports guy. I'm not someone who does LARPing. I'm not a LARP guy. So why assume I should be, I don't know, having children with random people all over the place? Waiting for more eggs to appear. You know what's funny? We have hatched more eggs this stream than all the shiny Raikou attempts we tried on stream. No room for the egg. Yum. 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 I kind of want to attempt a project again. I really want to see if I can figure out, like, I don't know if it'll be able to be done in Unreal Engine's blueprint. But then again, I'm going to probably talk to Sideline privately, being like, hey, do you know how to do XYZ? And if not, I'll talk to Dead Sun Prime and say, do you know how to do XYZ? And hopefully one of them can help me out with this, but I want to try and make a game. In my mind, I keep thinking of making an RPG. But I think what I really need to learn is how to texture. Because I just do flat colors, and that's not good. I need to learn how to use all the different brushes and whatnot to make things look really good, which I might even ask Fruitsy. It's like, hey, how did you learn to do this style of texture that you do? But in Unity, I learned a thing called a scriptable object. So you can just right-click one of the menus and be like, all right, generate or create object, and then I'll be like, all right, make me a spell, and then I would use all the drop-down menus and whatnot to fill out the information of what kind of spell is it. Is it damaging? Is it healing? What's the effect that's going to play? cost? Like, is it going to cost you stamina, magic, health? I even added in like weaknesses and even like what stat type it's going to be using. So maybe a spell would use your intelligence, or maybe one would be using your strength. Yeah, it was designed up to be as versatile as possible. And then I also used this to have a scriptable object for enemies, where you could just plug in what the enemy object would be. Yeah, I'd put in... I had one for personalities. And the personalities worked as... I think I actually call it just straight up Gambit. So the Gambit is a reference to Final Fantasy XII as the best way I can explain it. If you need a game tester, waves hand, I would definitely consider it. I feel like members of the community would make the best game testers. But like, if you played Final Fantasy XII and you know the Gambit system, you would probably know some of how my one would work. So I would have conditions that I programmed. Like, I just put in like the basic information, and it's all using variables. And it'd be like, if yourself has less than 50% health, like as a condition, and then you follow it up with an action. Yeah, so in Final Fantasy XII, you'd be like, if I have less than 50% health, use Cura. If an ally is low on health, use Cure, or maybe use a potion. If an enemy is below 50% health, use Thief to try and steal an item. Things like that. And so I made a very versatile system. You could have any condition you could think of. And I wrote this up in just a couple of hours. And you could attach, like when you generate a proper enemy unit, you would just plug in what's their personality, what spells and whatnot do they know, you know, which would have to rely on the Gambit system as well. Now, like, I'd also be like, all right, well, what's their personality thing? Like, are they preferring to attack someone who has less health, all health, highest level, lowest level, things like that? Or are they just being defensive? I put in quite a lot. And I would very much like to have this for Unreal Engine to create my own RPG. Like, I have a basis for what I want for an RPG, something no one else has done, but I need to do a lot of modeling. And the hard part is I need to also have a style that's gonna work. That's why I do need to learn how to do proper texturing, because there'd be a lot. Like, when I say there's a lot, I mean that I had written out a list of potential creatures to appear, and just for your team alone, I had over 300 plus creatures. That isn't including wild monsters you would find in the world that you would have to fight. And yes, this is gonna, like, this would be a massive undertaking. But the way I looked at it was, if I could do, like, I could easily just retexture one thing to fit different styles or elements. Similar to how you would play a game like, wow, it's a fire elemental. And like, it's a ball of fire. And then later on in the game, it's like, it's a water elemental. And it's the same elemental, but it's now blue. Like, I could do that. Or even just have different rig styles and then make characters that fit it. Fortune cookie from James. You take a pleasant journey to a place far away. Are you gonna visit the game? No, he's throwing bottles at me. Why? You should visit Edgy Gal and help her get the shiny. So step on up to the plate. I don't know what these words that they sing right here. Step on up to the plate. Hydrate. Alright. Healthy hydrate. Unhealthy hydrate. Like, how about when you were streaming a few hours ago? What happened? Maybe it was something good. I also didn't realize you were streaming earlier today. I would have tuned in. Yeah, maybe I need like a Discord role or section. So it's like, if as soon as you're live, you go to a different section. So I can just look at who's in my Discord and be like, oh, this person is now live. I'm going to go to their channel. Which, by the way, if people aren't in the Discord, here's the link to the Discord. You should definitely join the Discord. Remember, I came in claiming I was a Robin. I realized it was referencing a dating sim. That is... I'm curious what the dating sim is that he's referencing, because the only Robins I know of are the Batman Robins, Robin from One Piece, and Robin from Stardew Valley. It's an educated gun for shiny hunting. She is gonna need it. Get bored, shiny. Give me a shiny egg already. They don't mean to go into the grass. They look like one of the characters. That look like a pen, but that is definitely an odd interaction. I'm kind of glad the only interactions I get is, you look like Power Rangers. You look like Great Seaman. You look like Beautiful Joe. You know, if I wasn't doing the shiny hunting, I would have actually beaten all of the gyms by now. Be on my way to the league. Friend turn around super smoothly though. The Robin is built when he had a grip of it. Is your IRL? Aww. I am 100% certain you're beautiful. I think everyone in this chat is beautiful. This is a thing that I kind of realized earlier on in life, you watch all these shows and whatnot, and like again, this is tying into my Danny DeVito thing that I was talking about earlier with Cosbox. How it's like Hollywood wants to have more cookie cutter, attractive people in their shows and whatnot now. And I feel like it's really damaging to our psyches. But I realized after high school, the thing is, the only reason why, well, as one of the things where people go, oh, I feel like I'm ugly. It's like, you're not ugly. The reason why you think that way is you're not your own type. You know, we are all beautiful to someone, and I kind of realize if looks are subjective, then that means everyone in my friend group is just beautiful no matter what. You're all 10 out of 10s. You're all amazing. And it is something that, you know, I genuinely believe. Like, you kind of just hit that point where you go, yeah. I don't know why people all were always worried about it, like, especially when younger. Yeah, that is the thing that I also like, extend it to everyone here in chat. You're all beautiful. You're all beautiful people. And it's also funny, like, people always go, oh, what got you into VTubing? Or made you want to become a VTuber and all this other stuff. And people go, oh, I watched, what's their name? Iron Mouse. And and Iron Mouse was a huge inspiration. Like, and I'll be like, no, I watched Galgura, or I watched Senzawa, or any of these big streamers, and I'm like, oh man, I want to be like them. For me, it was someone who hadn't even hit partner. They were on the push to become partner. And the guy was, I think still is, might be like depressed. But I also think that's just part of his image as well. Is sad. I don't know if it's goth boy or emo boy that he's going for. But I remember like going to his stream because it was when I was watching a lot of GTA roleplay stuff, and he did genuinely good music. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to give you my Twitch Prime because why not? So I subscribe with Twitch Prime, and he goes, oh, Temporal Nix, thank you. He's like, you're beautiful. I'm like, oh, I'm beautiful. Oh, I'm gonna carry this for me for a while. And that's the only reason I'm a VTuber, is because random male VTuber called me beautiful. There's no other reason for it. It's just let me sign. Watch partly. I'll probably watch. Yeah, with the image you sent, I can kind of see. Like, it's more or less just the hair, I think. But you know who has hair like that? Joker from Persona 5. And that's who your hair reminds me of, is like, Persona style. I care if people calling you beautiful. Of course. I was like, oh. As like, I don't mind people calling me things as long as it's people don't call me something mean, or they're not being like objectifying sort of thing. Like, I don't think beautiful is objectifying that. As well, oh, right, I got 2 hydrates to do. Let me just quickly snooze these ads coming up. Healthy hydrate. Unhealthy hydrate. The hands are beautiful. Oh, thank you. I do appreciate it. Like, if you put on Joker's glasses, which, all right, fun fact, I had to get my eyes tested 2021, and I got 2 pairs of glasses, and they were told me, all right, the next time you come in, Nix, you're going to need a bigger frame, or you have to spend a couple $100 to get them to shave a single millimeter off your glasses. And I'm like, you know what? If I'm gonna have to do this, I'm gonna get the slightly bigger than what I already had, and then I'm gonna get Joker style glasses from Persona 5. And I put them on, and I'm like, you know what? I'm really into Persona at the moment. Might as well. And my family poked fun at me. They're like, oh, wearing the nerd glass. Oh, what's next? Coke bottle glasses. And it made me really self-conscious. But then they since all got this style glasses, and now they look at me and they go, oh, where'd you get your glasses? I'm like, no, I haven't. And they go, oh, when'd you get that? Like, I got this years ago. And they go, no, you didn't. You got different ones. Like, nope, these are the ones you made fun of me for having. And now you will have the exact same. But, you know, I got the Joker style glasses, like, in size. Although, fun fact, in Persona 5, Joker's glasses are just glass. He doesn't need glasses, he wears them for fashion.
Kozbox says my theory on why Nyx is like that is because he's based on a franchise character with a whole developed story tied to him, as opposed to generic dolls or toys that were created solely to be toys. Also, of course, newer toys stick to their intended roles and develop their own unique personalities the more their owners play with them. Temporal is an old family toy according to Twitch terms of service.
I mean, that's kind of true. The idea of Nyx has been around. I think I was talking about this last night. The idea of Nyx has been around for a very long time in my head. Starting when I was... Well, I developed my first image of Nyx when I was about 12, but I think the initial idea of Nyx was around when I was 10. Which was from a dream. Persona 4 Remake Update. Apparently it's getting revealed at Xbox Showcase in June, released next year. I am looking forward to it, and I just think if there's a collector's edition, I need it. Like, behind me, I don't know how many people have seen it. I posted onto the Twitters and Blue Sky. I don't think I posted onto Discord. I might post onto Discord. Yeah, I did post onto Discord. My collector's editions of Personas 3 and 4 from, you know, when they got re-released a couple years back, finally arrived. So, at the same time, my brother, I think last year, he was getting rid of his Persona 5 Collector's Edition. So on my bookcase, I've actually got Personas 3, 4, and 5 set up. I've got a display spot for the gun, for the glasses, and the mask. I am ready for so many different kinds of demons now. Another hydrate. Hydrating. I got to slow down on my hydrating. That said, what's the time? 11:04. I was going to wrap up by now. Like, this was meant to be a 2-hour stream. It's now on to 3 hours. I'll probably go to about 11:30 and then do my VTuber stuff. Is this song from ReFantasio? No, this one is from Persona 5 Strikers. For Demiurge number 2. You know what game I should really play? Like, finally get around to it? The Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. It serves as a direct sequel to Persona 4 as a fighting game, but also takes place a couple years after Persona 3 and has a Persona 3 characters appear. Now, apparently in the... I think it was this game that... let me just grab the full title of the game. So it's just Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. Okay, I think that's just the name. It's just Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. I believe it was... Let me actually look up the Persona 4 cover. Yes. Okay, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. Thank you for the boop sipper. It is actually the first Persona game to drop the Shin Megami Tensei tag from the very start. Because, yeah, Persona 4 is technically Shin Megami Tensei Persona 4. Persona 4 Golden doesn't have Shin Megami Tensei. That's because Arena Ultimax came out and they felt the name Shin Megami Tensei Persona 4 Arena Ultimax was way too long of a title. So, alright, get rid of the first 3 words. So, I kind of want to play that. I'm not really good at fighting games, but I really want to play it for the story. Because it is, like, every single Persona game is canon. Apparently. I don't know about the Labyrinth, whatever. Like, the chibi-looking games for the DS. I don't know if those ones are technically canon or not. But... yeah, I would have to look into that. The Personas 3 and 5 dancing games are some of the weirder ones because they take place within a dream. And both 3 and 5's dancing games take place at the exact same time as Futaba and Fuka email each other. They are aware of the other person in the other room because their computer or laptops are the only other signal they can find. But they also take place 10 years apart. Like the main games. So it's a really weird thing. But the Persona 4 dancing game takes place, I think, within the year after Persona 4. And it has to do with the TV world again. Except when they go in, Personas don't actually have any power. There's a red ribbon everywhere that's draining them of their power. And the only way to beat the shadows is by performing a song and dance routine. And funnily enough, you do the levels as the main character Yu, and at the end he summons his persona Izanagi, who pulls out an electric guitar, does an epic solo, and then the solo causes like lightning to rain down and kill the shadows around him. but I really want to play it as well because I do own the DLC for it. Hello, Grandmaster Ushi. Welcome on in. So I was talking about a lot of person. Oh no, an ad started. No, I was meant to snooze it because I saw someone new. I'm sorry. And I feel bad just looking over and seeing first time chat. What's good, broski? Ad break. That is just bad timing. I apologize. I know they can't see me. I hope they're getting themselves something to eat, drink, all the other good stuff. Just gotta keep hatching. Okay, it's shiny hunting. Also, Suba, because you can hear this song, Heaven, from Persona 4. A reason I want to play Persona 4 Dancing is I own the DLC for it. One of the DLC is Hatsune Miku singing a remix of this song. And I want to be like, yeah! I'll have to find a clip. But yeah, it doesn't sound like this song. And that's the bit that kind of blows my mind. And I'll have to try and share it in Discord. Ad break, not 25 seconds. I feel bad having someone new come in only for them to be greeted by ads. I wish I hit the snooze button. I really do. I mean, I say... Alright, ad break is over. Apologies for the ads. I went to quickly click snooze and I didn't get to it in time. So, Grandmaster Ushi, welcome on in. We are trying to shiny hunt Feebas, but I don't have the Matsuda method going. So it's the 1 in 8,000. I already filled up all my boxes once with Feebas. Now we're doing it again. And we also just talk about random stuff because it's fast forward left and right. And it's just, ugh. Then to my server. Ah, so you already found it. I'm actually surprised. I thought that it would have been one of the ones with the buttons. Too robotic. It is very different. Like, as it is Hatsune Miku. It does the Vocaloid style. But yeah, basically what this means, and this is the wild part here. I'm gonna skip that song because that's gonna get picked up by copyright because some random on YouTube's like, I own that song. The original has more feels. Oh, 100%. They made it more happy, more dance-ish. But you know what it means? Hatsune Miku is canon to the Persona universe. Yeah, she lives as a digital being, which also means that she would be very similar to Teddy. She can still find her own shadow. And considering Persona 4 is based off of someone's perception of you and what they want to see of you, it would be very easy for a Hatsune Miku shadow to appear. And if she accepts it as part of her, well, Hatsune Miku gets her own persona. And in a lot of universes. I mean, I guess that's the thing about being a digital being is... I guess she's technically injecting her code into the digital universes of these different games. And that could be the way to canonize why she's in all these different games as well. Actually, that would be a cool video game mechanic. So a game in which you're a digital being injecting yourself into the code of other games to play. So each level could be a different style of game or something. I don't really know. But that way, it's like, oh, every time my character has a cameo, like if I make it myself, canonically, they're just injecting themselves into something new. I like that idea. Done it. Isn't that VR chat? Possibly. I mean, I feel like the canon for VR chat is it's just you're playing VR, and there's just different worlds that people made, sort of like Dreams, or that PlayStation Dreams game, isn't inherently injecting yourself into different games. It's just a compilation, but having a game where the story is a character injects themselves. Yeah, that would mean that every single cameo and whatnot, you could just put it down to that. What you get when the stars collide. Now face it, you're just an enemy. I want to know why their lyrics say, think I'm on 11, but I'm on a 9. Why those two specific numbers? I mean, I guess lyrically you could be like, oh, it means you think I'm pushing past my limits, but I'm not there yet. But did I fight the Elite Four in this game? Not yet. So I'm still right before the 6th gym. I caught my Feebas, got a Swablu for the team. I don't know why I tried to look at my party. And then I'm like, you know what? if these two Pokemon can breed, I am going to try and shiny breed a Feebas. And as you can see, that is not going well. Oh. I heard that I didn't have room in my party, and then I went back out. It's like, no, I don't have any eggs. Well. One in 6,492 chance. 1 in 8,000 something chance. Now, the hard part is just because it's 1 in 8,000 chance doesn't mean if you get 8,000 eggs, you're gonna guarantee it. I mean, I saw a thing online of someone doing soft resets to get all 3 starters as shiny. They said Torchic took him 1,200 attempts. Whereas Mudkip and Trico was 400 attempts. No, 200 attempts each. Now, at the start, well, earlier on, I did the calculator thing. If I fill up every slot, that's 408. That means we are at around 600. Now, I read a thing earlier that despite it being 1 in 8,000 chance, people predict it actually takes roughly 600 eggs to get a shiny. Now, this might be with Masuda Method and Shiny Charm, I don't know. But I saw that number, I'm like, you know what? We may be getting close. Every time I see one hatching, I always feel like anticipation in my chest says, start up? No. Oh, no room in the party. I also like that the songs I have for stream, I am not tired of them whatsoever. Like, normally you go, oh, after so amount of time hearing songs, you're like, ugh, not this song anymore. No, not this song anymore. A stream start music, I'm still fine with. The songs that play, still fine with. Okay, room in my party. Like this song as well. It is a very relaxing song. How does he sing to it? I feel that. I enjoy singing along. Like, even my opening song, like, I know one of the days, I think last week, I forgot to hit mute on my microphone when starting to stream, and I was just singing along, like, oh, people can hear me. How embarrassing. And then, yeah, it's like, basically, every time I start a stream, I'm singing along to my music. Oh, you have another egg. Oh, there's another bottle. Where are you getting these boulders from? The Rock is very confused what you're doing with his siblings. Every days when you wake up with someone's theme song is in your head. Is it my theme song? I mean, I really want to play the one that Dead Sun made me, and it's currently my ringtone. He had mentioned that he wanted to publish a higher quality version of it. And then I think he got really, really busy. Ah, it's the sad credits song. You have a question for me? I may have an answer. Also, I'll do the hydrate. Not the hydrate. Thank you for that. Have you heard J-Burb's theme song? I don't think I have. Commission it from someone, and it's good. I should really commission artists to do me songs. I wonder how much it cost him. I asked him only a few times if it could be a track. This commission as well. Aww. I mean, I've asked Naito a couple times about making me a song, and I said to him, like, they went, "Oh, well, what kind of song do you want?" I'm like, "Well, in all honesty, I'm fine with anything. Whatever you think would fit. I'm not gonna be like they're going, oh, are you fine with the acoustic guitar?" I'm like, that's exactly why I'm asking you, is because you play the acoustic guitar. I'm not going to be like, oh, I want this and this and this and do things outside your scope. I'm just going to ask you, can I get a song and I'll pay you for it? And I may be able to use it on stream. Because yeah, as I said, I got my own project that I am slowly planning out. Which after tomorrow, the birthday stream, where I debut my new model, I'm going to actually announce what the project is that I am constantly teasing that I want to work on. So, you know, if you want to see it, you got to come in early, because that's what I'll be talking about it. It probably won't be at the very start. I think it'll be between when I open Pokemon cards and when I play Croc. But I'll I'll talk about what my project's gonna be. I would draw it all up in Clip Studio Paint, but I moved the USB powering it, the tablet, to my other stream PC or game PC, and then I kind of realized, no, I don't want to do that. And I have not moved it back since. And now I really got my hope up. I could feel it in my chest, like, oh, this is gonna be it. Already. Sometimes this guy is very generous with his eggs. Sometimes he's not. I'm a little bit sad that Cassette is like, when I replayed it, it didn't seem to be like a very popular game on stream. And so I had to stop, and I'm like, I really enjoy the game, but I guess at the same time, I already knew how the game goes. I know where all the different stuff is, and even the randomizer couldn't give it enough of a challenge to make it interesting to me. Yeah, which is a shame because I do like the game and I cannot recommend it enough. It is a really fun game. But gotta wait for eggs to hatch and I can pick up the next one. At what point do I call it with the Feebas tonight? Got one egg left on me at the moment. Oh, he's ready. Got another egg. I was gonna be like, if the last egg hatches before he's ready, then that's when I'd call it. But no. He's like, oh, I've got you for a couple more minutes now. And the hard part is interacting with him on just the right frame, but not knowing what frame it is. And the thing is, it's not like every 8,000th frame is when it happens. When I was looking at the shiny encounter chances, sometimes you can find like a huge group of them clumped together. Two eggs on me. Three eggs. And next time he has one, I gotta put some Feebas away. Oh, he's got one. I mean, I started this stream and I was at the start of box 11. Maybe that's where I go to. Also, to answer your previous question, yours and Jade's. Oh, as in what things are stuck in your head. I apologize for having a theme stuck in your head. Just living in there rent-free in this housing crisis that we live in. They released the second GTA 6 trailer. Oh my goodness, that's actually really big news. James, do you mind sharing that in the Discord? I just posted in the server. I'll check it out after stream. Where are they? Just in general chat or game chat. I mean, is there a game chat? If not, just general. Actually, let me click. Yeah, just game chat, I guess. Game chat, thank you. Oh, so you looked at the GTA people bit you sent the DM. Not yet. So I haven't been able to check out a lot of things I get sent. Main reason being, just during the day, things do get quite busy. And I always think to myself, oh, I'm going to check this thing I was sent a bit later. And then I kind of forget I was sent it. I'd say I'd check it out tomorrow during the day, but the power is out for between 8 a.m. to 3 a.m. I mean, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. All I know is like with the GTA roleplay events that a lot of servers do. I know NoPixel would do Halloween ones. But it's like, oh no, a zombie outbreak is happening. And the person I watched, basically, he would be going live right now. So he does it in what he calls the European time. I think it's European time. And so when he's done for the night, or done for the day, the server does its tsunami, or like when it does the scheduled wipe of things that's going on. And then the zombie event would start. So he was always left out, basically. I know that when he was on like Purple RP, he has a character which is meant to be psychotic, in a sense, and she's just like basically the character is just a woman who is just to scare people, make them uneasy. And he brought him out on last Halloween on Purple. And then one of the admins found out about him doing it, put a tomahawk in his inventory and kept spawning in as a ghost next to him. So they were then working together to torment people. The egg ready, but none of my eggs are hatching. I gotta skip that song because I don't want to go through the... Which... Hey, I didn't actually play the song you think I played. Like, it's a minute of my time, but oh my goodness, it bugs me. Alright, I can fit 12 more Pokemon in. Been watching people play Crash Bandicoot 4, it's about time. Ooh. I really enjoyed that game. I wish I was skilled enough to 100% it. But yeah, unfortunately, I was not skilled enough for it. I struggled. True pain for them. Are they trying to 100% it, or just do the story? But one of the things I do find interesting, so the people who made it, so Toys for Bob, they made Skylanders, and then they remade Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, and they did the Crash Bandicoot sequel. They're apparently working on a secret project right now. They haven't announced what, but they've also said they would love to do a remake of Banjo-Kazooie. I can only hope that they do it. That said, I kind of doubt they will be able to because Microsoft owns Activision. I think it's Activision Microsoft owns. No, they don't own Activision. Never mind. It's Ubisoft that they own. Right? No. But they own Activision. I'm thinking of Uplay with Assassin's Creed and whatnot. Anyway, I think basically what I'm trying to figure out is I think Microsoft owns the rights to Banjo-Kazooie, and since Toys for Bob are no longer part of Activision, which is owned by them, they won't be able to do it. Unless they can pull in a couple favors. People think it's either Spyro or Crash because their website had Tiki Mask. It's owned Activision. Ubisoft isn't owned by anybody, but Microsoft owns Activision. Okay. What I thought. I just get confused a little bit with different names. But see, what I really hope, and I know this isn't the case, I hope we see another Skylanders game. I really loved Skylanders. In fact, I am willing to do a stream where I play Skylanders because I have a lot of the old toys. I would even bring in some of my steel sealed ones and have, instead of a hand cam, I would have the portal cam where the camera shows the portal and then I'd put the toys down on it. Tencent may own Ubisoft soon. Ugh. Ugh. I don't know if that's actually going to be good or bad, but still. Ugh. One of the things that still confuses me is I have there's places called the Asian Supermarket. And it's basically an import shop for all different things from Japan, South Korea. And they have Pepsi cans with 2 anime figures, or 2 anime characters, but it says Tencent on it. And so I googled Tencent, I'm like, oh, it's a game company, but then nowhere else on the can does it actually say who the characters were. Like, I just want to know who they are. I don't think I can find it anymore. Because Ubisoft made a subsidiary, with most of their major games, and Tencent owns some of it. I'm curious to know what they have planned. I mean, Tencent, if I know correctly, if I remember correctly, is a Chinese-based company. So I can assume they just want to break into the Western market. Like, more so. And 25% stake. Pretty much subsidiary will handle games like Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six Siege. Well, I'm mostly just glad that, oh, the box is full. Toys for Bob aren't, a part of them anymore. Because, they were making great games, and they're like, haha, you're on Call of Duty support now. Damn. As well was Activision. I keep getting the things mixed up. Still, I'm glad Toys for Bob isn't owned by Activision. Because Activision went, haha! You're on Call of Duty now. So I see Rainbow Six Siege, and my brain thinks, shoot a game, they're all the same thing. I'll be cancelled for that one. Alright. I hatched the exact same, or to the exact same point that I was at the start. That's another 408 eggs. I am close to hatched 800. What I could just do is look up the Pokemon Emerald. Oh, you fixed my helmet. Thank you, Simba. The Pokemon Emerald, Egg Hatch, RNG, manipulation. Interesting. This says you need a retail version. I can figure out all that later. I mean, I got a lot of the tools already. Yeah, song is too intense. You know what, we'll do this one. The Gentle Madman. I believe Gentle Madman is the one when you're in the boat, right? Or is this... No, this is the one for the end area. Like Final Palace. What is the one for when you're in the boat? What is that called? Out of kindness, perhaps? And let me pause the song. I don't think chat will be able to hear it. Yes, it is out of kindness. And it sounds just very similar. But it's Persona 5, right? Yeah, but the boat one is called Out of Kindness. This one is Gentle Madman. They sound similar. And I said to someone, like, no, this is the one from when you're on the boat. And the person's like, nah, you're wrong. And I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure I'm right. And then, yeah, I got proven wrong. And I have since done the apology on stream. Like, I was wrong. I'm sorry. The detailing new characters for GTA 6 on the website. Ah. Like, I'm going to open up the trailer. I'm not gonna watch it on stream because it is R-rated. Interesting. Dark Viper AU, the guy who does the GTA 5 speedruns, is actually live right now talking about the trailer. Hello, Zed. We were just talking about that. Catboy, aka James, has posted it on the Discord, and I'm gonna watch it off stream because I don't think its content fits my content. But, you know, it is what it is. And yeah, the triple star popped up. Like, you can actually see it over on the side, which means, like, links are locked. One of the people you watch is new emotes. I really need to get a dance emote. But I need to work on my VTuber model for tomorrow a bit more. Which is why I have to end the stream now. It is just before midnight. This also means 6 minutes until technically my birthday, which means I am stopping anyone from being able to wish me happy birthday on stream. You have to come by tomorrow. I do need to find someone to raid though. Whoa. 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 They also have a gun. You know what? Let's raid Clover. We haven't raided Clover in quite a while. They are playing a game called Mama Shroom. So I'll repeat once more. Tomorrow, I'll be doing a bonus stream for my birthday. I'm going to be opening some Pokemon cards on stream. I'll be doing a hand cam for that. I'll be playing some Croc, and I'll be revealing my brand new VTuber. So I hope to see you all there. If not, I hope you'll have a wonderful, wonderful day. Do take care of yourselves, alright everyone? This is Nix, signing on out.